going on, everybody? My name is Jake McGeorge with Segway Powersports. On this episode of Segway Tech Talk, we're going to talk about the installation process for the front and rear Super Comp D.O.T approved windshields. For this specific video, we're going to be using one of the Segway UT6 models. The installation process is exactly the same for the UT10 and UT10 crew. Now, the Super Comp D.O.T approved windshields are an all-in-one package. All of the brackets, nuts, and screws you need for this installation are going to come in the box ready to go. Now, these Super Comp windshield kits are going to come with an assortment of brackets. All of the tools that you're going to need to complete this installation are as follows. You will need an 11mm socket. You'll need a 4mm Allen key. You'll also need a T30 Torx Bit. Now, once you get into the installation process on these Super Comp windshields, it's gonna be a best practice to pre-install as many of the brackets onto the windshield as you can. For example, for the wind flaps that are on the front side of the windshield, we've pre-installed the locking mechanisms so you can open and close these flaps when the vehicle's in operation. One other bracket we would advise installing before putting the windshield onto the car itself is the front mounting brackets on the lower right and left side of the windshield. We'd like to advise that these windshields can be a little bit heavy, so if you have someone who can offer a helping hand, we'd recommend you do so. Once you finish pre-installing the brackets onto the windshield itself, you want to hoist it up onto the front of the vehicle and slide it up under the roof. Now, Super Comp did a great job with these windshields and laser scanned the vehicles before production, so these windshields will have a perfect fit and should slide right into place. You'll know the windshield's properly sitting in place once the front bottom edge of the windshield has slid into the ridge at the top of the Segway hood. It's also a best practice to make sure that your gaps are even on either side of the frame. We've got the Super Comp windshield in place on the vehicle. At this time, you need to grab the supplied brackets that come with the kit. You also grab the machine screw, a washer, and the supplied nuts to tighten things in place. You'll place the bracket around the frame, letting the machine screw slide into the bracket that was pre-installed on the windshield itself. The nice thing about the way Super Comp designed these brackets is that you do not need to use a wrench to hold the nut in place. You can simply tighten the machine screw with the 4mm Allen key. We've secured the bottom driver's side of the windshield. Now it's time to do the passenger's bottom side of the windshield. After that, we'll move on to securing the top half of the windshield to the frame. Now, to secure the top half of the windshield, this is when you'll need to use your T30 Torx Bit. That's a basic tutorial on the Super Comp front windshield installation. Now we're gonna go ahead and move over and show you guys how to do the rear. Same thing on the rear. We recommend that you install the mounting brackets before putting the windshield on the vehicle. Sliding the rear windshield in place is not too difficult. You can take advantage of the bed of the vehicle, slide it across, and then once you're lined up, it should fall right into place. Now, to attach the upper portion of the rear windshield, you're gonna need your T30 Torx Bit once again. If you have a version of the UT6 or the UT10 that has the window nets, the windshield utilizes the stock window net mounting hole and the stock window net mounting screw for this. So make sure you reattach your window net when you put the screw in to hold the frame into place. Now, to secure the bottom half of the rear windshield, you're gonna need your 5mm Allen key. You're also gonna need the spacer that's provided with the installation kit. You're gonna slide that spacer behind the bar that is right behind the backrest of the rear seat, and then you will slide your screw through, and this will mount into the factory mounting position on the rear side of the driver's seat. That's a basic overview of the installation. If you guys want to see any other installation videos on Segway parts and accessories, leave a comment below. We'll catch you on the next one.